welcome back to Dear Twin Flame. I'm driving, so I'm just recording while I'm looking straight ahead. Sorry, hence the glasses. Okay, so I'm on my own, so my brain gets lots of time to think, and I'm on my way to Kettle Point, like I said in my last video, and my brain is going in overdrive, and here's what I've come up with. As soon as I said in my last video that I was being called to come drop by your work, and then no, not as soon as I said it. I was still wishy-washy on what I was gonna do when I said it. After I posted it, I immediately was overcome with fear and discomfort and this can't happen, and so I've been reflecting on that, and I'm not going to come. 2 reasons. One, I have no intention, and I never have had any intention of making you feel this discomfort, this fear, this this need to push away. That's not what I want to do. But also 2, that my intentions are never to add to your stress, and so I feel like me coming, even though that's what I feel pulled to do, is adding another situation that you have to deal with that you just don't need to deal with. So I don't want to be a situation that is causing you stress, that is adding to your already over exuberant pile of headaches. I don't want to be a headache for you. So I'm not coming by, just like I said the last time I did stop by, that I needed to do that to clear my energy. But from now on, it'll be left to you. So I will continue just to say, if you wanna reach out, you know how to do that, or at least somebody who knows how to reach me. If I'm telling you I'm gonna be somewhere and you feel that you're at that point where you want to stop by, then by all means stop by. But I don't want to be another situation that's just adding to your pile. That's not ever my intention. So not coming by, although I am going to London, but I'm not coming by your site. What else was I going to say?
In 600 meters, turn left on Ontario 21 South. Signs for Ontario 21 South.
Please wait. Siri's still giving me directions. I actually know where I'm going. I just wanted the fastest route possible. There was something else that came up.
Turn left onto Ontario 21 South. Signs for Ontario 21
please
South.
Wait. Please hold. The whole. Please excuse my steering wheel peak. Never had a recording like this. Okay. It's just because so much comes to my head. I gotta record it now because I won't remember later. So, another thing that came up in my travels was just this idea of. So, okay, back up. I'll tell you about my Reiki treatment. It's gonna sound crazy, but it was awesome. So it started off when I had I've been having headaches and feeling like my brain is too big for my skull, and just overwhelming. The connection between you and I has just felt overwhelming. I have times where I can definitely, send you love and light and release it, and I've been having a harder time doing that recently. So I just needed a reboot, a kick in the butt to just find that balance again. just with some added help, right? And so I did that initially, got off to really, like, just got that stuff removed easy enough. But the head thing was, Deb says that I am morphing, which is a whole explanation. But for me, or not for me, what I was thinking about on the way here, outside of my Reiki treatment, I didn't even think of it at that time, was if I'm leveling up, that means that you're doing some work, and that's awesome, so yay. Because I can only go so far without you making some shifts. So if I am able to shift in any way, for more awareness, more enlightening, more awakening, whatever you want to call it, that means that you are too. So that makes me happy. I don't know what that looks like for you, but I am happy that there's something that's shifting. So I hope that's a good thing for you as well. There's cars, people, holy cow. Guy just like pulls out right in front of me and stops in my lane. But back to, so that was what I was thinking about, so I wanted to say that, so that's cool. But I wanted to tell you about my Reiki treatment because it was a really cool experience. And yeah, so she said that I'm morphing and I have to remove the constraints that are trying to stop this progression. So just those subconscious, trying to fight against the inevitable kind of idea. When you subconsciously fight against change, it can get painful. It can get painful when it's not subconscious, when you try to fight against the evolution that's happening. And apparently, well, no, I was, because I didn't understand it and I didn't recognize it for what it was. So I got to take off my old outdated shell, so to speak, the thinking that was holding me back. I got to take that off and let my brain expand and accept some of these new ideas and new concepts and just new awareness. And that allowed me to I just found this state of just being. So once I took all this off and listened to my guides, because they like to deliver a message harshly when I haven't been paying attention, apparently. So I actually had an eagle come to me during my Reiki, and I have been grappling with just some stuff that's happening in the world today. Not my stuff, just in the bigger world at large, and the confusion around how some of us can we walk this path of having these messages and having this awareness and having this skill of light worker, how some people with those abilities are led down a darker path, who aren't necessarily getting their messages from the light, but are being subjected to the darker side of, like, the dark side that basically feeds off of fear and anger. And there's stuff in the media about this, and it's basically making anybody who has any kind of energy work does any kind of energy work or light work seem crazy. And because there's this group that is claiming to be that and then doing evil work, then anybody who claims to be a light worker, an energy worker, is being portrayed as crazy and evil. It's got to be bad. It can't be good. You've been led astray. And I was really back to my friend who has gone down a definitely different path, and I recognize that she is all based in fear and anger, and she is perpetuating that fear and anger within her community and social media, whatever, and I've been having a really hard time with that. And then to have this media showing the same thing at a larger scale, it just made me sad, but I just didn't know how to walk through that and how to find that balance and understand that everybody has to walk their own path. I do get that, absolutely, but it just, when it's someone you care about, it's hard to just walk, like, it's hard to just disconnect and recognize that they're going to walk the path they need to walk, and you really can't. And it's the same with this relationship, right? You have to walk the path that you have to walk, and I have to be patient and trust that it is what it's supposed to be, and I do. It's just hard when my messages are conflicting or pushing me to take action that would interfere with that, and I don't want to interfere. I just want to be. So anyway, this came up in the Reiki treatment, and when it came up, I had this ego come like right up into my face, and I told Deb that that's what was happening. She's like, well, ask him what he wants to tell you. And my ego basically said, or made it clear, that I know my truth, and that healing is based in love and truth, and not perpetuating, and you know, in turn I could feel that not perpetuating hate, not perpetuating fear, not perpetuating lies, not trying to create situations where other people feel the need to do that. And basically my guide was like, you know this? Why are you even asking? This shouldn't be a question you're asking anymore. You know this. And the morphing in my head, it just landed in one space over my face, and it was very painful in this one space, and it was almost like, it felt like bone, and it felt like my cheekbone was changing shape, but it was really sharp, and it was painful, and I wanted to take it off, but I wasn't being allowed to take it off. And then as I accepted that I wasn't allowed to take it off, it started changing and morphing, and it turned into kind of like a mask, but not a mask you hide from, but a mask that would be worn by somebody who was a healer or warrior, that was dressed for battle, but not a battle of weapons or with weapons, but a battle with healing energy. So it was really friggin' cool. And then I got to go into like the cosmos to let my body, like my physical body, do some healing. And I got to go into the cosmos, and I've experienced this before in a different session, but the understanding of it was different this time, where I just feel like I get to go back to the truth of all, that it's energy particles in a mass of energy particles, and it's all colors and no colors, and light and darkness and everything all at the same time, and it's moving in ebbs and flow, and there's no definition, and it's kind of like a pointillism, but it's liquidy, and it's so hard to explain because you want to use physical things that we know in this 3D world to explain it, and it's not like that, and you just feel like you're connected to everything and nothing all at the same time, and it's the very, very, very coolest thing I've ever experienced, and I've got to experience it a couple times now, but each time I come to a bigger understanding of what it is and what it means, and what I felt like when I, but I didn't exist. When we, for lack of a better term, were in this space, I can feel myself downloading everything I've ever learned or know or experienced from just being me in my world, in this world, in life. I could feel all of that information downloading from me into this collective, and in turn being uploaded with more information than I could ever imagine. And as soon as that started again, it felt like my head was going to explode again. And I immediately came back into this, oh my God, it hurts, I can't handle this, and I just calmed my breathing and calmed my head, my individual thought process, and just said, okay, slower, just thought the word slower, and the influx slowed so it didn't hurt, but I could still accept it all. It was really, really cool, very, very cool. And then Deb called me back into this physical realm, which is always a really shitty place to come back to, because you feel that separation again, but at the same time you also feel that connectedness at a different level when you're back here. So it bounces, but it's still, you come back to real life issues that aren't really issues, but society makes them issues, and it's just a lot to handle. Anyway, it came back, but as she's trying to, bring me back and put this thing together, I could feel myself in my 3D form again, but it was like I was radiating this light particles, like you would see a picture of a sun with the solar flares coming out. It felt like I was a star with solar flares, which is really cool because it that imagery lent itself back to the stuff I was, the dream that I had a while ago about me being just a constellation, a star that has to share my energy, my love, my light, whatever, back on Earth. And so I was out in the cosmos. Like, I had this dream already, but it was like I was looking at myself from the inside, and I could see my body just radiating this I don't know, energy, light, vibrance. It was super cool. It was super cool. Super cool. Anyway, I don't know. I'm just sharing because it was just, it's super cool experience. But it's when you come back and you have to get back into world, and you have this knowledge that this is a truth that's out there, and how energy works, and it takes all these rules and laws and religious beliefs and all just the rules of society, and makes you go, this don't fit because this isn't a truth. But I'm not going down like some dark path that says, people are zombies or sheep, or and we're being, I do believe there's a control factor to a point, but I don't think the things that people that are following these conspiracy theories, I don't feel like they're looking at the collective. I feel like they're looking at it as an individual. So, for instance, rules that governments make or whatever, it might not suit my bank account, or it might not suit what I would love to do, but can I look at it from a collective whole and say it's best for our community, it's best for our country, it's best for the we rather than the I, then I can understand. But if people are always looking at it from an I, and that it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. So anyway, there's my brain for this trip. And yeah, radio's playing all these songs that just add to it in the, messages, just add to it. It's just so much. It's so much, and I want to share it all with you, but at the same time, I don't want to add to it. I know you have crap going on. I know life is hard right now, and you're not happy. And I can't. I guess the thing is that I know from my experience that where you see fear, you have to push through, and it will get better. But I can't be the one to push you. I can't show up on your door and say, okay, I'm here. Well, first of all, I've already done that, but I can't do it. You have to do it. You have to step through your discomforts and to get to the other side. And I hope you will. I hope you can figure out how to bring yourself some peace, because you deserve it. And yeah, that's just where my brain is. And I do miss you. I always miss you. But I don't at the same time, because I can feel you all the time. I think that's why I miss you, is because I can feel it all the time. And when things aren't good, or or you're just down, or whatever it is, I can feel that, and I want to reach out, because I don't want you to feel that way. So in those cases, miss you very much. Yeah, I hold you close to my heart, and I'm going to sign off because it's been a long time and I'm almost at my location. So yeah. There's one rant for my drive, and this is how my brain goes. Anyway, love and light as always, dear twin flame. You have all my love for all my life. Bye bye.